have rainwater tank. Not the people. They are, the water can go down, can be kept in the groundwater. You can recharge the groundwater with the excess water from the tank when it rains, because we have a lot of rain here and ilang oras lang puno na yung tanke, but the excess water can go down and recharge the groundwater. In India, this has been the project which was successful. So there was a law that all industries, all houses must have our groundwater recharge from rainwater. And you know, with groundwater recharge, and if, for example, here, if every building can just do that, even just in the campus of Ateneo, you can eliminate local flooding. Because where will the water go? You keep your streets and your building, they are sealing the ground so that the water cannot get through. So give the water a place to go back to the groundwater and have more groundwater. So, you know, when the groundwater, there's got to be some control on this, no? So that's why the government should get involved. If they do not believe in these things, if they do not believe in what other countries are doing, at least naman they should have a study, a research, so that will start the ball rolling. Because if the groundwater is high, kahit yung simple hand pump, you can have water for the garden.
Question, Nga?
I have two questions. One is, I'm Cora Claudio, Earth Institute Asia, and I also broadcast. I direct and host Kalikasan Kaunlaran at DZRH, and I better plug it now. My guest on Wednesday is the Nobel Laureate for Medicine, so you might want to tune in, 6:30 in the evening. Okay, I have two questions. One is that I'm advising my son, who just assumed the presidency of a major civic organization, to come up with a nationwide program that helps the environment. And I have been a proponent also of rainwater harvesting. And my question is, if an organization like this will adopt it as a program to promote nationwide, what are the major steps that you will advise for this organization to take so that it can easily and smoothly introduce this in different communities? The second is, what lessons and maybe a protocol or a strategy for mobilizing communities can be learned from this project that can be adapted to other types of programs or of sustainable development programs, like we are into solar drying, you know, different types. What can be applied from what you learned?
On the first question, the steps for a new organization which would like to adopt rainwater harvesting. I think the most you can do is to do information education campaign, or IEC. But you cannot share what you do not have. So it means that the members themselves or the core group of that organization should really study what is rainwater harvesting and how it is applied. There are materials in the internet which can lead you. We are also willing to help. And then maybe the next important thing is to have a demonstration area. There's nothing so convincing than people doing it and getting benefit from it. So those are just the two things I'd like to advise. And the next is the strategy for mobilization. So I think in principle we say that we begin where the people are. Where is their awareness? And if they do, if their grandparents have been doing rainwater harvesting, you go back to that area, talk about it. Um, and but the other thing that we can add is the science. Let's not forget that science is important in any technology. And so, yep, I think that's all.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm Neil Gordon. I'm from Weda, Philippines. We're actually a Malaysia-based manufacturer of rainwater collection tanks made of polyethylene. And in Malaysia, the technology's been around for some time. But we just started here in the Philippines. We set up a factory in Cavite. It's a little bit different in Malaysia because it rains all year round, whereas here, only certain time of the year. No? My question is, our mainstay product really is big water tanks. We make up to 48 cubic meters. We do a rainwater collection tank with a certain system for diverting the rainwater. But we've just begun, so we just started with a tank which is close to 1 cubic meter only. My question is there a requirement for large rainwater tank in the provinces? Let's say 15 cubic meters. Will that be, or is the tendency towards decentralized small tanks? Yeah.
Um, the, the, the size of the storage actually depends on your catchment, and it depends on the rainfall and the demand of the users. So if you're providing rainwater to a household of 5 or household of 6, you have to compute the demand. The demand is 100 liters a day, 120 liters a day. But 50% of that can be substituted by rainwater. The other 50%, maybe you can use the processed water from the centralized water system. No? But 50% of the demand is big enough. No? That you can help a lot. So you factor that into the formula to arrive at an adequate water for that family. So it's rainfall, catchment, how big is your roof, then the rainfall, and then the demand. We have a formula for that. So that's the danger of just selling buy 6,000 liter tank or 5,000 liter tank, because when it's not adequate, then the people will complain, oh, what's the use of this? You see, there is no science in selling the rainwater tank, the technology in that case. Ma'am, ikaw na lang.
My name is Ria Ramirez. I'm with the Ayala Technology Business Incubation Group of the Ayala Foundation. My question is, you talked about, I think, 2 communities who did not accept the practices. And I'm just curious about the resistance. What were the factors that made them resist? And what were the lessons you learned that perhaps we can apply in approaches in replicating this in other areas?
The communities that we talked to, at first, they are users already of rainwater harvesting in the farm. But we just improve the way their practice by putting the science, no, computation of the requirement and the adequacy of water. I think we experienced the problem in promoting tanks. That's for the domestic use. And you know, I was invited by actually the Bulacan Water District requested UNEP in Africa, in Kenya, for to teach them how to do rainwater harvesting, because they get 90% of the water from the ground, and they're already getting salt water, and there are subsidence in the